So I'm about to do something I've never done, and that is going to be play poker at a pool hall. I'm in Metairie, and this is going to be interesting. I don't think it'll record too many hands at the table, but I'll try and come out and do some updates, and I'll take notes, and then put them in Share My Hands app or whatever later on. So, wish me luck.
We're wheeling you out.
Who was sitting over there?
My buddy Tim. I knocked him out, I had full house, knocked him out, and as soon as he got up, all the cards started falling right here.
Ace, king, aces, and then kings.
And then kings, yeah. I knew he had kings.
I turn the straight here, but I'm first to act. I check for deception, and no one bets. The river comes a 3. I make a small bet and get 1 caller.
Good hand, Ryan.
Yeah, I lost some value there. Damn, first to act.
16. Don't choke it down the hall and for a level. You heard me, Ron?
I heard you.
Pull your money back.
It's right there, bro. No, pull this to the middle, maybe.
Put 11, 11, and 11.
10 on the side. 10 on the side.
All right, here comes the next card. Mark, it's on you.
He's on.
Phone a friend.
30, 40. Can we ask you
42.
Mark? Can you see him?
How much is it?
42.
42.
Can I show the people at home? Hey. No, I can't fold. I call.
He calls.
It's a 6.
Yeah.
You got 3 or 4.
He got the sacks.
He does.
No, I don't have the fucking.
Yeah,
Straight.
7, 5, 6, 7.
I don't have the flush though.
Nobody does.
Oh.
Take your money.
Get it on. Get a flush out.
I win. I'm not such a jerk. I didn't know. What do you mean? I had a flush draw.
Night, Mark.
I did not have the dummy in.
Mister, I don't even fold my laundry.
Whatever.
And you got this on video?
I did.
That wasn't coming in.
I would have had the low end of the straight. I am so glad I folded.
Well, I was still beat by
6-8.
6-8.
Hey, give me 5 whites.
One big.
Instead of that.
One big, man.
I don't know. I was shooting for the flush.
Oh, hush.
I got the straight. I was shooting for the flush.
Oh, hush.
Serious.
Gut shot.
Oh, hush.
Is that bad poker?
Yes.
They'll rip me apart on the internet and let me know. So quick update. I'm about an hour in. Made 1 good bluff so far. The flop came at King 9, and I'm holding Ace 10, I believe. The action checks to me. I raise it to $25. We get 2 callers, so 1 fold, 2 calls. The turn is another 9. I bet again. I bet $50, and I get 1 folder and 1 caller. On the river, it's a blank. It's like 4, offsuit 4. I go all in. Only have $85 left. The player who called twice, now tank, folds. Shows me a 9. He gave me credit for the king. Folds the full house, the small full house. I thought I was going to split it with him. And we were going to split up the other guy's money, because I thought he also had an ace. So he made a bad fold. I picked up, I guess it was about 150 in the middle of that pot. So right now I'm up about 100. On this hand I had 4-5 suited, and the flop was 6-7 king, and any 8 or 3 would get me there. I called $15 to float. The turn was a blank, I believe, and the raiser then bets 30. He said, okay, I'm folding. I fold my open ender, The guy next to me wants to rabbit hunt.
Rabbit hunt. The act of peeking at upcoming cards in the deck following the completion of a hand. It is poor poker etiquette to view these cards without asking other players if they want to see it.
So the dealer throws over the 3. So I would have hit that straight there, and that would have been a nice pot. Because he obviously had a king and was betting at every street. So far so good, up about $100. Alright, 2 hands pocket kings, but at first somebody had a $5 straddle on, so I just called the straddle, hoping that somebody in later position is going to make a small raise, and that I can re-raise them to isolate. Nobody raises. So 6 people call and go to the flop. 6-7 jack. So that's good that no aces come out there. I'm pretty happy about this. So I bet $10, maybe $15. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, I get 2 callers. The turn comes and it's a 4 or a 5. To me, it seems like insignificant, but it's a 4 or a 5. It's gotta be 4. Yeah, I believe it's a 4. So anyway, so I bet again $25. I get raised to $50. I make the call, thinking that this guy's got ace jack. He might have 2 pair. I'm hoping that I can hit a king. I can get a board to pair, something like that, and I can still get there if that's the case. Anyway, I brick the river. He goes all in. It's not very much. I call for like $38 more and get shown the straight. So he got there on the turn. So that was not the best way to play kings. In fact, that was the worst way to play kings. Anyway, the hand after that, I get pocket 5s. There's, I think, a $15 pre-flop raise, 4 callers. I call. I get up to go throw some trash away. As I'm walking away, I see the flop. It's 4-5 jack. As I'm walking back to come like check basically or make a small bet, the player next to me bets $20. So they're like, "Hey, it's action's on you." I'm like, I'll just check to the bettor over here who's like eager to bet. So anyway, he bets. 4 people call. The pot's huge now. Instead of call, I go all in because I only have $130, I believe. So I had a $110 bet after this. There's already $120 in the pot. I get the one guy who bet 20 out. He had ace jack, and obviously I scooped that pot with trip 5s. So I bluffed off some money on 2 different hands, about $50 each. I got called on both of them pretty light. Felt pretty stupid about it. However, I redeemed myself when I had deuce 3. And on the flop, I called a 3. I checked the 3. I bet the turn for $10. We had, I think, about 15 in the middle. I got 1 caller. I bet the river for 15 and got raised to 45. And I tank called, and the player didn't have anything at all. I thought he might have had a flush draw and missed. Turns out he didn't have anything. He had like queen high. He was on a total bluff. Couldn't believe that a call with a pair of 3s when every card on the board was bigger than a 3 basically. The reason I called him is because after he bet, he got very still and he stopped breathing. He just looked straight forward at the chips. Didn't talk. Like, you could just tell he was in his own head. And I just knew he was bluffing at the time. I told the table, like, my sort of disclaimer, you know, I was like, I'm about to make a really stupid call here, just in case he really had something. But anyway, so I called with the pocket 3s and it was good. So I'm in the car, about to drive back to Mandeville, just cashed out with $11.80. In for 200, out for $11.80 for one of my biggest scores. It wasn't necessarily a very easy game. I felt like 2 of the guys were calling my bluffs, knew what I had. I got extremely lucky on 2 hands. I'll explain later.
You already saw one of these hands. It was the one where I thought I was going to split the pot with 2 pair and an ace kicker. I say it was lucky because most players would have called this, and I just got lucky he did not. Here goes the other. I'm second to act, and I have pocket 5s. I raise it to $11. I get 2 callers, and we go to the flop. with Queen 6-7. I flop a backdoor straight draw, and since the only other player folds to a $10 bet, and I'm last to act, I float for $10. The turn is a beautiful 5. I check and induce a bet of $20. I smooth call. The river is a 10, no help to either of us. I check again to induce another bet. It works perfectly when he bets 35. I go all in. He tank, calls, for a huge pot. Thanks for watching.